Well, happy Saturday morning, you guys. I'm so happy to be here with you this morning and grateful that I have the opportunity with some of my friends to share about health and wellness with you. My name is Brooke Hemingway. I'm a mom of 6 kids, ages 3 through 14, in my mid 40s and feeling fantastic. I love sharing about health and wellness because 5 years ago, before I found Plexus, I really felt like I was a sinking ship. I felt tired every single day of my life. I would wake up with a throbbing head and just like this pounding headache almost every single day, pushing snooze on the alarm 3, 4, 5, 6 times, not wanting to get out of bed, struggling with anxiety. I had had depression on and off for several years. And after some of my babies, I also was getting to the point where even though I was physically active and I would exercise regularly because I was a fitness instructor, I was somebody that was really lacking the motivation. I just didn't have the get up and go. My body was getting more sore, my joints, my feet, my ankles. I had plantar fasciitis, Achilles tendonitis. And so it was kind of a buzzkill for me being an athletic person to be hurting, to not have energy, to not have motivation, and to really struggle with my mood being up and down. I also felt like I didn't have control over my cravings. I was like, what is wrong with me, Brooke? You know how to eat healthy. You know how you're supposed to eat healthy. Like, this is literally what you train people to do in your profession. And I just did not have control over my cravings. Now, it says my internet connection is unstable. Can you hear me okay, you guys? Can I get a thumbs up if you can hear me? Okay, great. Awesome. Being in the mountains with a snowstorm, you just never know what you're going to get. So if things go south, Janelle will take over. But anyways, I just was really at a place where even though I was super skeptical about supplements, and I had never been a supplement taker, not even a multivitamin, except for when I was pregnant, which I have been 6 times, but I was even spotty with the vitamins when I was pregnant. I only took them like the first trimester because I was like, this is when the baby's developing. I need the vitamins. But other than that, they made me feel like crap. And so I was never consistent with supplements. And with my background in nursing as well as kinesiology and being a trainer, I just thought you needed a diet, meaning like you needed to eat healthy and exercise. I thought that was all you needed. But I was trying to do those things and I was feeling like crap. And so what I found when I started Plexus is that as I got my gut healthy, as I got my blood sugars balanced and the inflammation levels in my body went down, I started to feel alive. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm waking up before the alarm. I'm waking up without a headache. I'm waking up and not wanting to just like scream at my kids. I have more patience. I have more energy. I don't need to take a nap every day. I don't need to have caffeine constantly flowing into my body. I started to feel better in my joints. I started to have more motivation to go and exercise. And so now I'm that person that literally works out 6 days a week and it's not a chore. You know, some days I don't feel like it, of course, but my body feels good. I have the energy. My mood is so much better. I don't crave and eat the quantities of sugar and carbs and chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. It had to be Haagen-Dazs. Like I don't need those things. And so my life has drastically changed. And I would say that mood and energy for me have been the best improvements. I mean, put in the chat box, we have a chat box here, if you would like to feel happier and have more energy. I think those are common things that people are looking for, especially right now. We have so much stress in our life and it drains us energetically. We have all these different things going on in the world that emotionally can make us feel like all over the place. And I know that some of the most common things that people struggle with are mood and energy. And that's a slam dunk with Plexus, but so are so many other improvements. I'm going to talk very quickly about our foundational system that I started on, and then we're going to hear some other people's experiences, and they're also going to share maybe really quickly what one of their favorite products is that they have loved. So the triplex system is our foundational gut health system. And one of the things that really attracted me to Plexus is that it wasn't a gimmick. It wasn't a quick fix. It wasn't just a diet pill thing, although it can help you lose weight. But it was really about gut health, blood sugar balance, and inflammation. And that's what the triplex is. So the triplex consists of the pink drink, which you've probably seen people talk about. It's called Slim. You have two options. You have the Hunger Control Slim, which helps more with appetite, balancing the hormones and blood sugars a little bit better. and cravings. And then you also have the microbiome activating slim, which if you're more into remodeling the gut, getting the gut balanced and healthy, you might choose this one. These both have antioxidants and minerals in it that help balance blood sugar. So this is not a caffeine drink or some synthetic kind of thing. It's plant-based, it's vegetarian, non-GMO, and it's minerals and antioxidants, not a coffee drink, anything like that. And this is really going to help to balance your blood sugars, your hormones, and get everything feeling, steady state. Because before I'd be up and then I'd be down with my energy. I'd be up and then I'd be down and need to reach for the sugar or the carbs or all of those things. So you drink this in the morning. In fact, I just had mine. And then you take a couple of capsules, and the capsules that you take are called ProBio 5. I've got my little bucket of supplements here, ProBio 5 and BioCleanse. These are the gut health powerhouse products that are part of the triplex. And what these do is they help to kill off the overgrowth of bad organisms or weed out the bad stuff that's overgrown in the gut and put in the good stuff. It's also magnesium rich to help move things along and daily detoxify your body. The thing that most gut health and probiotic systems get wrong, even the expensive ones, is that they focus on just giving you a crap ton of probiotics. And it'll be like 80 billion CFUs. And you'll be like, oh my gosh, well, 80 billion must be better than 10. But that's not necessarily true, because if you're not weeding out the bad stuff, like the digestive enzymes in ProBio 5 do, specific digestive enzymes that break down Candida yeast, if you're not doing that, it's like throwing seeds out into a garden and having a black tarp on top of the dirt, because you have this biofilm of overgrowth of bad organisms. So these are magic makers for gut health, and you just take this once a day. If you struggle with constipation a lot, you would probably take this twice a day. So super simple. That's the triplex. Every single person here that's going to talk today takes the triplex. They also take a few other things that they absolutely love. So I'm going to turn the time over to my friend Janelle, who lives in Wisconsin, which is probably even colder than it is here, and she's going to share her story.
Good morning, everyone, or afternoon if you're watching this on the replay. Yeah, we are actually anxiously awaiting a snowstorm tonight. So like Brooke said, my name is Janelle. I am a wife. I'm a mama to 2 teenagers and a full-time second grade teacher. And 5 years ago, exactly around this time, is when I decided not to unfollow Brooke and really pay attention to what she was doing. I joined in March of 2016. And so it's coming up on my 5-year anniversary of taking these products, and I will never go a day without them. Before starting Plexus, I also, similar to Brooke, was doing all the things that I thought healthy people do. I exercised, I ate healthy most of the time, nobody's perfect. And I was drinking lots of water, trying to get enough sleep, but I was still really struggling with 3 main things. I was exhausted by the end of the school day. So coming home, and 5 years ago, my kids were younger. They're in high school now, but they were in elementary and middle school at that point. So they still required a lot of help with homework. They needed to be driven places because they weren't driving yet. So all of those mom things were really hard for me to do when I first started 5 years ago. And even though I was tired all day long, I could not fall asleep at night. I don't know if anybody can relate to that. Like, you're exhausted all day, but then your head hits the pillow and you're awake and you look at the clock, and then it's an hour, and then it's an hour and a half, and then you maybe fall asleep, and then you get up to go to the bathroom, and it's kind of a vicious cycle that starts all over. That was me. So energy and sleeping were 2 of my main concerns, but my biggest concern was constipation. Before starting Plexus, I pooped once a week, and that led to looking 5 months pregnant all the time with extreme bloating. I also had horrible gas, and it was really embarrassing. So going to the bathroom, needing energy, and just needing to sleep solid were my 3 main reasons for starting. And like Brooke said, I started on that triplex combination, and within the first month, I noticed an increase in energy and better sleep right away. The constipation took longer for my body to heal because, like Brooke mentioned, it's not a quick fix. Your body does not get to where it is in 30 days. And I think with everything we have right now being so instant, we want instant results. You know, we want to go to the gym for a week and have a killer body. That's not going to happen. Same thing with these products. You can't take them for a month and expect everything to even out. It's just not possible. It's not the way our bodies were designed. So after 2.5, 3 months of consistency, I was going to the bathroom regularly, which is 2 to 3 times a day. I started going more and more as time went on, but after 2.5, 3 months, that's when I was really going. And you guys, I'm 5 years in, and I just had a conversation with a coworker of mine who just started the products and is excited that she's pooping. I'm like, Sarah, I'm 5 months in or 5 years in, and I still get excited every day when I poop because that's how miserable I was before starting Plexus. I celebrate it every day, every single day. Some things I wasn't expecting after being on the triplex for a few months, I added our amazing multivitamin called X Factor Plus. It has aloe in it, which is a natural absorbent. It's fully methylated, which means your body is going to absorb the nutrients from that vitamin, your triplex, and the food that you're taking in. And so once I started doing X Factor Plus, my anemia of 13 years went away. I had my labs done right before I started it, and I was still anemic. 3 months on that product, I went back because I wanted to see if it was making a difference. And the doctor said, keep doing what you're doing. So that was something that I didn't expect and has just been an added blessing to my story.
I love that you didn't block me. Super happy about that. And I'm grateful to have you in my life. We've become dear friends. She actually graduated a year ahead of me. We went to high school together and we didn't actually really know each other. I mean, we had some mutual friends, but that's a cool thing about, you know, Plexus and sharing anything and having really a network of people that you get to have relationships with. So I'm going to invite one of my other friends on here from Wisconsin that I also didn't know before Plexus, but Nicole. I'm going to invite Nicole on here to share a little bit about her story. And she is just an incredible health professional, mama, and just has so much on her plate, but she still shares Plexus and she has a great story to share as well. Are you able to unmute yourself, Nicole? Can you? There we go.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yep, gotcha.
I always forget about that part. So, hi guys, I'm Nicole. I'm a nurse practitioner. I've been a nurse 14 years, a nurse practitioner for about 8, and I just finished my postmaster's in mental health, so I'll be starting a new career as soon as I get through my boards here, and have just been doing a lot of reading about the gut-brain axis and how it's the root of all illness, and almost everything that happens in your body is stemming from your gut health. So my story, I started about 15 months ago, October of 2019-ish. I, like Janelle, was chronically constipated. I was seeing every specialist. I was living on bottles of Miralax. And I, like Janelle said, like every time that I went, it was celebratory. Like I couldn't, you know, and I was just done. I had been in the ER a couple times thinking my insides were going to burst because I was so backed up and I was miserable. I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't have any energy. Little did I know all the other things that would have changed that came with it, but I strictly started this for constipation and so that I would feel better. I would say maybe 3 weeks in, I was starting to get more regular, which, you know, I was off and on even with bottles of Miralax, and I hadn't used one dose of Miralax by a month in. 2 months in, my energy was starting to improve. I was going into another surgery. I've had probably 27 surgeries since 2003. And I was going into another surgery and was really getting nervous about the pain medication. I was like very adamant, I don't want pain medication. It's taking me very long to get to where I've been. That this is probably where it all caused it. And I flew through the surgery with flying colors. I think I only took a pain medicine once or twice during it. I didn't have to turn back to Miralax, and I just kept going from there. I was diagnosed with narcolepsy, which, if you don't know what that is, it's beyond feeling tired 24/7 a day. It is, could sleep for 23 hours straight and still wake up feeling tired. My brain never switches to being awake. So I don't have the regulation to say, you slept 10 hours, it's time to have your wake cycle on now, so get up and do stuff. No, I dragged all day long. I was laying under my desk on my lunch breaks at work, grabbing a pillow blanket or going in a patient room and climbing up on the table to take a 20-minute nap every day. They had prescribed Adderall. I didn't tolerate it well, but I was taking it. It was the only way I was functioning and staying awake. And I was able to completely stop that 3 months in. Very rare take a nap. If I do, it's like because I overdid it and stayed up too late, or just had too many things on my plate. Like Brooke said, I'm doing a lot with my kids in school. So it's kind of been this crazy roller coaster of a year. But I was a horrible soda drinker. I have not touched soda, and I couldn't even tell you the last time I had a soda. I started my morning with a large Diet Coke from McDonald's and a large coffee. And that was like the first of many coffees throughout my day when I worked in the ER. The thought of soda makes me want to puke. I've had a couple sips of it and it made me feel sick instantly. Like I was like, how could you ever live on this garbage? It was awful. I have been able to wean off of, I suffered significantly with depression and anxiety, most likely after I had a severe motorcycle accident in 2003. And then with the diagnosis of narcolepsy, I felt like it was over for me. I was 38 years old. I didn't even want to get up and hang out with my kids anymore. Like, I'm like, this is what the rest of my life is going to be. I'm going to struggle to survive, to give my kids the best life I possibly can. And then it's just, that's it. That was my only goal, is just to get them to where they were happy and all good to go. And then I could sleep. And that's just what drove me to keep going. It's not, my life is not like that anymore. Like, I'm coaching Morgan, my youngest's basketball and her softball team right now. And I'm studying for my boards, and I'm awake like nonstop. Like, I'm up in the morning. I don't take naps anymore. I don't need stimulants to stay alive. And I don't need any anxiety and depression medication anymore. Like, I feel like a completely different person. And that's 50. I mean, it did take probably a good 3 to 6 months to get there, but I'm here, and every day it's still continuing to get better.
Yeah, I just love this. Like, I'm so happy, like, hearing, I haven't heard you share your story for a while, but I just love it. And that's why we share, because we love to see people come awake and feel alive. And I just really have such a belief that when your body gets what it needs, and when you're able to balance out imbalances, like, you do, like, literally start to feel alive, like Nicole, not needing to have stimulants. And I just remember that feeling of like, I just got to get till 8 o'clock. Like, I could hardly like adult my life, And so we're able to like live our lives and live them more full out. And it's such an incredible blessing. One of my friends, Lori, on here has some similar things to her story. I know, Lori, you struggled a lot with needing stimulants and sodas to keep you awake. And, maybe you're not a soda person on this call, but maybe you're like, I got to have my Starbucks, or I got to have my Rock Stars, or my Red Bulls, or whatever that is. But Lori, can you share just a little bit about what this has helped you with?
Yes, I would love to. So I actually started Plexus for weight loss. I did a 7-day challenge. We did those back in 2017 when I signed up. 7 days of Slim. I was drinking at least a gallon of Diet Coke every day. And that's not including my Monsters. I love the white Monsters. And they were like 2 for $4, so I'd buy 2 of them, and I'd have one day and then one the next day. I never really drank 2 in a day, but I always drank my Diet Coke. I would tell myself I can have another Diet Coke once I drink more water. So I still was drinking water, but I was still drinking my Diet Coke. And sugar was huge for me. Every time I could turn around and get a pastry or a cookie or red vines out of the candy machine, I was getting it. I was getting gourmet cookies. They were called dirty sugar cookies. They had coconut frosting, and you squeeze a lime on it. And they were fabulous. So I was getting those 3 or 4 times a week. So sugar and Diet Coke, energy drinks were my jam. And I had to make a change because I wanted to lose weight. So I started Plexus 7-day challenge, 7 sticks of Slim, what Brooke showed you earlier. I was worried about a caffeine withdrawal headache. So I thought, I'm going to have 1 Diet Coke on the first day that I started my 7-day challenge. and I had that one Diet Coke, and I didn't get a caffeine withdrawal headache with just one after having a gallon every single day. The next day, I didn't have a Diet Coke. I didn't have a caffeine withdrawal headache. Within 2 days, I was off of Diet Coke. A gallon a day, Diet Coke habit. I did not have any energy drinks. I was drinking water. I craved fruits and vegetables. I eliminated the sugar within 7 days of Slim. Now, not everybody has that same experience, but for me, it was like, oh my gosh, if Pink Drink can do this in 7 days, I want everything. And so I was in my master's program to be a nurse practitioner, and I was not working. I asked my husband to buy it for me for my birthday. I signed up on my birthday because he decided he would buy it for me, and he did it with me. I have never looked back. We were in it about 3 months, and he said, we can never run out of this stuff. So I keep us stocked. He's an ambassador too. He buys his own products. I make him buy his own products. But anyway, I will never go back to my gallon a day Diet Coke. I will never go back to my dirty sugar cookie habit that I had. I have not, there's been times when I have not let these tools be the tool that they could be, and I have slipped. But the thing is, it's still forgiving, you know? So I know that if I keep taking them and I allow them to be the tool that they can be, it can be life-changing. And I asked my husband what his favorite products are. I'm just about done. His favorite products are the Slim. He's loving the Ease right now. And my favorite product, one of them, I love them all, Active. I love Active. I have it every single day. It helps me get through my day. I wake up before the alarm, and my alarm is set at 5 in the morning. So, and I don't go to bed at 8 or 9. It's after 10 sometimes. But I need this to help me get through the day. I also love Mega X. This is what helped me start sleeping better. I didn't realize that I was not sleeping. This helped. The whole system helped me start sleeping better. And that was something that I didn't know I needed, but it just happened. But anyway, that's my story. Just a little bit of it.
I love how you said, I didn't know that I wasn't like sleeping. I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know what I needed. I feel like that's so important because I think so many people just go through life and they're like, oh, this is just my body. This is just what it feels like to get older. And I'm always like, no, you can feel so much better. My husband's a perfect example of this. He's 46. He's super fit looking, like super healthy. And he was like, I don't need this stuff. Like, I'm already healthy. And he got started on it. And he's like, oh my gosh, like I feel so much better. It's like, you don't know how good you can feel until you give your body exactly what it needs. So I loved you sharing that. So Mega X, you guys, just for a little information, Mega X is our plant-based omega. It has 3, 5, 6, 9, and 7. So it's a complete omega. And omegas do really help calm inflammation. They're heart healthy. It's great for your brain, your heart, your nervous system, and it does help you to sleep deeper. Omegas are great for sleep. That Active drink that she showed you, that's a clean energy drink. Basically, it's superfoods and antioxidants with a little bit of green tea extract. It's not like a Monster. It doesn't have like tons of caffeine in it, and it doesn't give you the high with the crash. It increases your mental clarity, your focus, and it gives you that all-day energy. So you don't have to be smashing a gallon of something or having another rock star or whatever. It just gives that elevated clarity, focus, and sustained energy. You could mix the two together, which is what a lot of people do. It's what I do as well. I like the taste a lot of that mixed together. So we have one more story we get to hear today, and Michelle is going to take a few minutes to tell us how her health has improved with Plexus.
Hi, everybody. It's funny because in the shower this morning, I was thinking about how, gosh, like, is this honeymoon period going to end where I'm so enthralled with this stuff where I'm just amazed at what it's doing? And so I'm listening to people and thinking, it's not, that's great, right? So my name's Michelle again, and We all need to be healthy, but here's my reasons. I'm 52 years old. I have 2 grown kids, and I have 3 kids at home. I have a teenager, psychological energy, and I have an 8-year-old, and I'm also raising my 5-year-old grandson. So I'm still actively parenting young children at my age, and I'm going to be actively parenting into my 60s. So even more of a reason for me to need to feel amazing, to need to catch up with them. While a lot of my friends are doing empty nesting, I'm still going to the park and things. So, it's important. I also work part-time. I also homeschool, and I also basically run our household. So, just the normal mommy things. I've had migraines since I was 13, and they varied in how often I got them. I was on antidepressants for 20 years, followed by a successful 3 years of getting off in lieu of supplementation. I wanted off, but it took a little figuring out how to get off and still be okay. And I'm not talking about Plexus just yet. I'm talking about other supplements. Perimenopause was creeping on me a little bit, but it hit hard. It's funny because I know the date it hit, December 29th, 2018. So 2 years ago, perimenopause hit with a migraine headache that almost never left. I was getting a migraine every day to some degree. It was emotionally exhausting. I remember crying. I don't feel like I'm going to ever feel better. I don't know what to do. We didn't even have insurance. I had to hustle. I couldn't think, but I had to hustle to get insurance, to get us insured so I could get some kind of relief. And like I said, during that, it was like migraines pretty much every day. Some of them were mild. A lot of them were heavy. It was awful, but I felt the shift for years between like the normal one-sided migraine to like on top of the head and waking up with them full blown, which are extremely hard to treat at that point. I got this feeling one day that perimenopause doing all this just seems unnatural. This is a normal biological process. And, I looked up a couple things and it confirmed. I still didn't know what to do really. I mean, I was doing my very best, but along these lines, I was also diagnosed with ovarian cysts and then adenomyosis. So I was taking NSAIDs about half the month, which can cause a backlash in the migraine area. So it was just a big mess of everything. My uterus was swollen a lot. Adenomyosis, if you don't know, is kind of like endometriosis, but it stays inside of your uterus. So my uterus would be swollen. It would feel heavy. It would cramp, just uncomfortable. So about half the month I was taking meds for that. Gynecologist wanted to do a hysterectomy. I went through all those feelings and, crying on the way home, calling my support person, I need to come see you, trying to deal with all that. But then, after I kind of got a hold of myself and started thinking about all these things, I was like, that's not going to help my hormones. What about my head? Oh my gosh. And that doctor didn't care about my head. She wanted to take my uterus out. So, and by the way, by September, I was getting Botox for my head. So, there was a mess of a lot of things going on. And sometimes you just feel like you're not going to feel better again. And to have a doctor say when I was in full blown migraine, don't worry, honey, it's only about 4 more years of this. I just busted out in tears in her office. Like, it was so traumatic for me to think I had to put up, like, it makes me want to cry right now, to put up with this sort of level of being uncomfortable for 4 more years. And I'm parenting, I can't go tuck into bed and curl up and not do anything. So, that was a big deal. But, so I was treating, after having the doctor treat my hormones for a while, doing things that I knew weren't good for me because they provided me a little bit of relief. She was making me sicker and I had to jump off and do my own treatment. And this was hard to figure out with my head hurting, but I knew I had to because I felt like I wasn't getting anywhere with my doctor. So I was self-treating with plethora of supplements, but it wasn't quite enough. It was better, but it wasn't quite enough. So my husband had decided to go on Plexus. He was friends with Shayna, and he's got totally different issues than me. He's got weight issues. for some reason, perimenopause brought on the opposite of what normal women get, and I'm thinner than I have been, so that's not my issue. So I'm like, yeah, that's great, honey. Yeah, that's great, you know. And then he reads to me Shayna's testimony off Facebook one day. I wasn't even using Facebook at the time, so I didn't have the opportunity to see this. And he read hormonal balance. I'm like, oh my gosh, seriously? So that's all I thought is hormonal balance. I need hormonal balance. And normally I'm the person that researches everything, but I'm like, I was kind of like, I give up. Somebody just help me, you know? And so by late July, this was last year, I was on Plexus, I was on Triplex. And for a while, I'm one of those slower to really respond people. Like I didn't get the instant results that some people get, but I stayed with it. Phyllis and Shayna are so encouraging and so supportive of, you know, exactly where you are. And so, you know, I get like a day with incredible energy. I'm like, what was that? That was cool. And I'm a very active person. I'm moving throughout the day. I don't sit down a whole lot. But to get that extra burst is fun. And then I started to like only need like 7+ hours of sleep instead of 8. Not only that, but I'm waking up awake in the morning, which never happened. I would prolong mornings. Like if I could really say like, please don't talk to me for like 3 hours. I know that's like forever, but I just don't wake up well. And now I think I'm a morning person, and it's really weird. But around the 2.5 month mark, you know, and they were telling me for hormones, it can take like 3-month cycles. But around the 2.5 month mark, I looked at Shayna and I said, I think I'm turning a corner. She's like, tell me more, you know? So I had a lot of things happening. Oh, by the way, during COVID, I had developed a nasty case of anxiety and was on Xanax every day. So, and I was glad that doctor didn't want me to backslide and get on antidepressants again. I was happy for the treatment that I was getting doing that. But all of a sudden, no need for Xanax anymore. It was gone. So I wake up in the morning now, ready to tackle things. And so it's like I have more hours in my day. I need a little less sleep. I'm supplementing a little bit for my mood, but I don't always have to. But I'm not taking 4 supplements for my mood anymore. I'm taking 1 sometimes, you know, just to make sure I'm up there where I want to be. My nervous itch is gone. That was one of those things like, wait, I haven't had this in a while. I'm more patient with my kids. I feel more level. My uterine cramping, only when I have in my period, may not even need to take anything. Like, you know, normal female stuff. Just a lot going on, and I feel like I'm like probably forgetting 5 different things. But basically, like I can still feel the shifting. I'm still getting there. There's more to come. And so I'm like really excited about that. So thank you for letting me share.
Yeah, it's so exciting because that's what happens with Plexus is the longer you're on, it's like you're peeling back more layers of an onion, and you're just uncovering like all these different things. And you wake up 3 months later, like Nicole that shared her story. She's like, I didn't even really notice all the things until 3-4 months. Things were changing along the way because that's what happens. See, and that's actually how you're supposed to make changes, whether it's with your weight or your energy or your mood or your digestion. Overnight change is not always the thing that you're going to experience, but what you'll experience is this gradual change. Now, for some of us, some things changed really rapidly. We all had something that changed right away that was like, yes. And then all these other things unfold along the way. And that's because when you really get to the root and you focus on the root issues, gut health, blood sugar balance, inflammation, and then you start putting these good nutrients, like the right kinds of probiotics or the right kinds of vitamins, like Janelle was talking about X Factor Plus, or the omegas like Omega X. You get those things into your body, and your body's like so hungry for the things that it needs that it starts responding with all these changes. So whether you're struggling with weight or energy or mood or digestion or headaches like I had and Michelle had, or maybe your skin is a mess and you're like, oh my gosh, like what can help with my skin? We have something here that can help you. It's simple, it's easy to use, it's clean, so you can feel good about putting it in your body and on your body. And today we have an extra $20 off of any of these sets. So we have $20 off codes if you want to get started with one of these sets, for example, the triplex, or maybe you're like, I really want to tackle the weight and energy. We have weight and energy systems, or maybe you want to tackle the gut, but you also want to fix your skin. We have systems for that as well. So I want to encourage you today, through actually today and tomorrow, to make the decision to just try something new. I know that so often we think we've tried everything. I've tried everything. I've done everything. I've been to all the specialists. I've tried all the supplements. I've tried literally everything. You haven't tried this. And so we want to invite you to give this a try, and we can't wait to hear your stories as well. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And we just are so grateful to be able to share our stories and to share this information that has truly changed our lives. You guys have a great Saturday, and make sure to reach out to your friend who invited you to get one of those codes to get $20 off your starter pack. Bye guys. Thank you so much.
Hello, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch that presentation today. I hope that you received all of the information that you were looking for about your gut health and your overall well-being. I'm going to quickly show you here how to get started with Plexus. Now, when you go to the web page, you're going to see this enroll as an ambassador. Now, enrolling as an ambassador gives you a wholesale membership. Now, our normal price is $39 a year. That is a yearly fee, not a monthly fee. And as you see here, we currently have a promotion. So whenever it is that you do go to the website, if you see a promotion there, that will be the price for your enrollment. So we're going to quickly click over here. Once you get in here, you can look through all of this information, how to get started. Now, you do have the option to continue sharing these items, and you can make some money from it. There is some fast start bonuses that you can make a lot of money. So whatever the current bonuses are at the moment, those are really fun and exciting. So do look into that. And then going down here, some of the ones that I would recommend to get started with, these are just samples here. It's showing you what the welcome packs include and their prices, but you do not buy them directly from here. So you can click on it, it won't go anywhere. So this is the Active Lifestyle Advanced, and this is great for if you're active in general good health, but want to enhance your performance and start healing and creating a healthier gut. We got Weight Loss Advanced here for those of you going on a weight loss journey. It includes additional items like the protein mixes, which I hear are absolutely awesome tasting. They're not gross and chalky. So then moving on here, we got Gut Health Advanced. So if you really need help in that area and you're struggling with your gut health, this is a great place to start here. Then lastly is the Microbiome Essentials Welcome Pack. You'll see how much money you'll save, or percentage you'll save on each welcome pack. This one here includes the facial line, which is Joyome. It includes the collagen, a face wash, a day and night cream, and your pack for getting started with your gut. I absolutely love this collagen, so if you're looking to incorporate a good skincare routine that is not complicated, I would highly recommend this one as well. If you are looking for some glowing skin from the inside out, this is a great place to begin. Okay, so once you go through here, it'll give you a few more informative things about getting started, success tools, ongoing training, and what your discount would be. You also receive a kit, your virtual office, and a roadmap. There is tons of training back there, all kinds of resources and information about every single product. And then once you get down here, if you want to see the compensation plan, if you're that type of person, you can click there. But just simply go here, enroll now. Once you get in here, you're going to fill out all your basic information, create your password, and then once you get to this area, If you were sent directly from whoever shared this presentation with you, it will have their name there. My name is Sonia, so that's why my name is there right now. And if it doesn't have the person's name, you would need to just include their ambassador ID or the phone number that your person that shared this with you has. So that's all you have to do there. You continue through, and once you do this enrollment, you'll be able to choose your welcome pack and finish your checkout. Now, once you're all finished with that, myself or anyone that sent you here will be in contact with you, and we look forward to your success, your journey with your health, your wellness, and even your wealth if you decide to make this business for you. Thanks so much for coming here today, and have an awesome one.